Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's JSF. How y'all doing? I hope y'all, I can't even think of words right now, sorry. But I want to talk about the importance of HitStun in fighting games. I'll be looking at a couple of games as examples of how it's done wrong and how it's done right. Street Fighter is a game that is notorious for having three frame buttons and whatnot. It's like a big deal if your character has a three frame or whatever. So buttons are really fast in this game. I say that because in a game like Dragon Ball Fighters, the fastest moves are 6 frames. It'll make sense and matter later on. But the reason hit stun is so important is because it's, for the most part, in some games it's how you do combos, right? So this is +4, and I'm doing a 4 frame button. So if I time it right, I can link two of them, right? Same with this button because it's 3 frames, right? Like if I'm +6, I can do a 6 frame button and it'll combo, or I can combo into this, right? That's how it works, right? In Street Fighter 5, which is cool, which is great and all. But the problem is a lot of moves. Well, the game is kind of just designed this way, where you're very often slightly plus on hit. Block, you're often negative, which is fine, right? Your move gets blocked, your turn ends, like that's fine, right? Like let's say I do that. That's here's a move, yeah, -2, -5, like heavier buttons, right? You'll probably have a plus medium button or like a slightly minus or completely minus overhead, etc. You might have a medium button that's plus, like this is -4, right? But on hit, everything is slightly plus. +4, +2, that's +6, but this is, to have really good easy combos. +2, +3, right? And the reason that this is really important, aside from being able to do combos, like, oh, I'm +6, I can link this, right? I'm +6, so this will connect, right? Aside from that being a big deal, the problem is a downside to it, like doing this and being +4, +3, that's only 3 frames. That's 3/60ths of a second, right? That's how plus you are. And that's how long they're in hit stun for. So after those 3 frames are over, Kin can move. After these 4 frames are over, Kin can move. Which is fine because if let's say you're only doing one jab, cool. The neutrals kind of reset. You're in each other's faces, so somebody could be an advantage depending on what buttons they have. But the neutrals basically reset. That's fine. The problem with this comes when you design characters that have things like this. And this is not a Nash specific video or a Nash specific problem. It's not just about Charlie. I'm just using him as an example because he's the character I play. He's the character I know the best in this game before I switch over to any other fighting games. So when you have situations like this, right? Here, this is his jab target combo. Easy punish, 1-2, 1-2 special move, boom, boom, boom. But in some ranges, this will whiff, right? The second hit will whiff. Now, hit confirming is a huge deal in fighting games, whereas you visually confirm that you hit, or you do it on like a punish, right? I know I'm going to hit with the jab, so I'm going to do the second hit. That's just the human brain, and that's just fighting games, knowing fighting games, right? That's how you're supposed to do that. Boom, boom. I know I hit him, so I'll go for the second hit. The problem is the second hit whiffs, right? And why is this a big deal? Well, I wish this game had a better training mode. But basically, when you have a character like Ken, right? And wow, I'm changing his health. I'm really not good at this whole training mode thing. So basically, as soon as Ken gets freedom to move, do you know what Ken wants to do? Do you know what Ken wants to do the very first frame he's allowed to move? I think we all know what he wants to do. So this means we lead to situations where oh shit, hold on, I screwed that up completely. So this'll lead us into situations like this. Like that. Where I get punished on hit. I end up getting punished on hit because this second hit whiffs and he's mashing DP. So this is not only silly because I get punished on hit, it's also silly because you're encouraging your players to mash EX reversals, right? Now the EX DP is obviously unsafe, so and you need meter to do it, but it still makes it very rewarding. Like that move is gonna do good damage, it's gonna get a knockdown, etc. And it's more about training your player base, right? Training them on what to do, and that's why I want to talk about another fighting game. I wanted to talk about Guilty Gear Strive. Obviously, I've played a lot. When the game first came out, I grinded a lot. I was playing at a pretty high level. I wasn't like one of the best players in the world, but I was able to compete with like really high level players, which I think is pretty good. I think that's a sign that I'm not terrible at the fucking game. But this was one thing about the game that really, really, really irked me, because this game has certain other things that Street Fighter doesn't have, right? And it has some of the same problems, but it has unique, I don't want to say solutions, but it has unique, not even counterplay, just different shit happens based on the same problem, right? And it's just kind of really funny. Like, for example, Chip versus Potemkin, right? I was a Chip player until they nerfed him into the ground. He was pretty good. He was pretty stupid, but every character was stupid in this game, so it is what it is. That's just Guilty Gear, right? The characters can do wild shit. Right now, we have him set to throw on hit, right? When I hit Potemkin, he's mashing throw. If you don't know how throws work in Guilty Gear Strives, throws are two frames. So let's say I put him in HitStun, or let's say I put him in HitStun, then I'm trying to go for like a slash. Well, that's not a good example. But anyway, throws are 2 frames. Just believe me. So I often, when I play Chip, box dash, instant air dash. I just say box dash when I played Marvel. But box dashing is a very common thing. You know, that's how you get your offense started, etc. Like, you know, so you're gonna instant air dash. Chip's most active hitbox out of his jump normals is jump D. Now, jump heavy slash is probably his best jump in, but if you're jumping in neutral and you don't know if you're going to land, it's good to go with jump D, because jump D will catch people in the air. It can air to air. It's a good jump in, and on counter hit, like, fuck. I'm really bad at this. Yeah, on counter you get a full combo, right? So jump D is pretty rewarding. It's a pretty good jump button. I use it a lot. It has the most direct angle, like this. Where's the hitbox or the hurtbox? Same with this, right? So it's the most standardized jump normal. It's really, really good. The problem with it is I just got thrown, right? I'm gonna do instant air jump dust. I'm gonna hit him, and then I'm gonna mash my 3-frame button. And you guys are getting a button ASMR, so you know I'm pressing the button, right? Got it that time. Didn't get it that time. Right? So the point I'm trying to make here is you once again get into a situation where you're punishable on hit if your opponent is mashing throw. Oh, that's how you throw in this game. If your opponent's mashing throw. So it encourages people, when the hit stun is so low like this, it encourages people to mash. It encourages people to not block. Like, people are getting comboed, and while I'm hitting him, he's like just sitting there mashing. People do that all the time. And I think that's like a really silly, scrubby way to play. It's not something that I do. Like, when I'm in hit stun, I'm literally just blocking. Holding back, holding down, back. Like, I just block. Like, you don't, like, if you look at my inputs and my replays, if I'm playing a fighting game, if I'm getting hit, I'm just blocking. But other people are like mashing DP, you know, mashing jab, mashing 6P, mashing fucking super, mashing throw. And it's like, bruh, this is like the silliest thing. And it really bothers me. This is something I wish fighting games would change and get a lot better at. I don't want to say Japanese fighting games, but it's common in a lot of fighting games. But the funny part about this is there is one game where this kind of isn't as much of a thing. It's a fighting game y'all know well. Fighting game I think is trash. But in this game, it's completely fucking different, right? And I'm not going to say there's never a situation where there's low hit stun, right? Low hit stun happens. It's just not nearly as common in this game because this game gives you your plus frames. In Immortal Combat 11, when you plus, you're plus. Like, plus on block, plus on hit, you're relatively, well, I can't even really say that on block, but on hit, if you're plus, you're typically plus. Like, you typically get to be plus, right? So, in this situation, I'll use these 2 characters as an example because it looks like NetherRealm kind of learned from this type of shit because there are moves in this game that, like, restand and whatnot, right? Like this move restands. Cool. So I can end my combo on this, right? If I do a basic B&B that I always do, boom, 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 I'm plus, right? But I'm only +4. And look where I'm at, right? I can reach with a jab, but you can duck the jab. I can maybe reach with this 12 frame mid, but guess what young noob Saibot and most characters in this game have? How do you even change who you're controlling in this godforsaken game? 7 frame down 1, right? Also, 9 frame down 1, down 4, down 3, whatever the shit is. Anyway, point is, so when you have moves like the restands in this game, you kind of just get them. You get the plus frames. You get some hit stun, but you get that Street Fighter hit stun, that +4, that +3, that Guilty Gear hit stun, that slightly plus. Maybe even your restand is negative because it's not supposed to be your turn, right? That's a combo ending move. So it makes sense in that regard. Also, your low pokes are so fucking plus. It's +19. Look at that. Look how plus that is. Look, +15. +13, like they want you to get your turn off shit like that. And I know in the other games I didn't showcase low pokes. Well, I kind of did in Street Fighter, but in this game it's like when you get the hit stun, you're plus. So like when I do a down 1 to you, it doesn't matter what you're mashing. You're gonna get fucking hit if you're not blocking. You're gonna get hit. Whereas in Street Fighter, when I'm plus on hit, let's say I hit you with a jab or something, like even my standing jab is +10. No matter what you press, if I do this after, you're gonna get hit. Like even if let's say like in this game, obviously you guys know you can duck highs, right? You're ducking, cool. You're still gonna get hit, but it's still gonna jail you. So I do want to give NetherRealm and MK11 props for this. They really understood hit stun and did hit stun right, and maybe that's why the combos feel the way they do in this game. And I like that feeling I get from NRS games. I do like that a lot. It's part of why I play them so much. But yeah, hit stun is really, really important in the feel of a fighting game. Like I think it's something that's not really talked about that much, and maybe not even thought about that much. But it's something that I think about all the time because I play against people online a lot, and it happens all the time. Where maybe you get a laggy match, or maybe some frames are missed or whatever. You're trying to combo somebody, the next thing you know, you're getting EXDP'd or you're getting thrown when you landed the hit. It's like I'm getting punished for doing what I'm supposed to do. Like Nash in Street Fighter V has a normal that's -1 on hit, like depending on the space. That's really silly to me. Like, but anyway, I just wanted to talk about hit stun, fighting games, why I think it's so important, why it should be talked about more, why people should care about it more, and more fighting games should. This is one design element that NetherRealm should, or that other studio should look at NetherRealm for, right? Like, oh wow, I'm +10, I'm +9. I know this stuff like this is like +1, but that's for good reason. These are the longer ranged, bigger normals, right? They're not going to be as plus as the jabs and whatnot. He can't hit me like, oh, you're minus, he can take his turn back from here. It's like, not really. Plus, it's in a combo string, etc. But yeah, anyway, that's all I got for today, man. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I'm going to try to upload more, try to get more consistent, maybe make a few videos and just drop them on the days that I can't make a video. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. JSF. Peace.